The facts for me, the dates, the delays, the time frame, it just all adds up for me for the release of Tall Tales.
I truly believe that at the Xbox Game Showcase, we're going to be getting a Pirate's Life 2. Yes, I'm saying the only possible outcome I can see is they add more Tall Tales. And I know this might sound like cope, but...
Well folks, here we are again. It's time for the Xbox Game Showcase 2025. And you know what that means?
Where one of Sea of Thieves' biggest ever updates could be unveiled with the epic return of Captain Flameheart.
In all seriousness, I know I have admittedly a bit of a reputation for being way more hopeful for the showcase than I should be, but we've come this far, why stop now, right? No, indeed, it is that time of year again, and so I thought I'd take a break from Wildgate content to discuss Sea of Thieves and speculation surrounding what could be announced this Sunday. And I know what you're all about to say, but I really do think something major is about to be revealed. Tall Tales. Let's jump right in. First off, yes, Sea of Thieves will be at the showcase. They always have been, they always will be. It's where they announce the big update for the year. For those who don't know, Sea of Thieves always tends to have one slightly bigger update in the year compared to the rest. Last year was Season 13, the year before was the Monkey Island crossover, Season 10 was intended to be a part of it though. 2022 was Captaincy, 2021 was A Pirate's Life, and so on. Now yes, as I've previously mentioned, I'm expecting Tall Tales to be announced. Why? Well, despite the fact I think there's going to be Tales every year, half of that is generally cope. 2022 is me completely misjudging update cadences, and last year I did think they must have been hiding just one tale to reintroduce Flameheart, but no, he just plopped into existence one day. Face my flame! But why those years? Well, for those of you who don't know, Sea of Thieves has a biannual Tall Tale release cadence. This isn't anything official, it's just a pattern, but I never seem to see anyone talking about this except me. I could be wrong here though. 2019 was Shores of Gold, 2021 was A Pirate's Life, and 2023 was The Legend of Monkey Island. I don't count Maiden Voyage, Seabound Soul, and Heart of Fire in this. So if we apply some highly complicated mathematical equations, we can work out that the nth term is n plus 2, that there's a 2-year gap. Okay, there's 2 years, it's 2 years between the tales. And so the next year for more tales lands on this year, 2025. Last year was Season 13 marking the break, and this year we're back on track for more story content. And I am fully aware that the lore god himself, Mr. Mike Chapman, has said they have no plans for any more tales. But I'm pretty sure they said the same thing before Monkey Island, and do you really think they would openly say if they did have plans? And there's a million ways to skew that. They might not have plans for any more Tall Tales, but no one said anything about any tales they've already built that are ready to ship in a few weeks. Additionally, did anyone else find it strange how they did a whole podcast on lore and story and the return of Flameheart, how important he is, etc, etc, and yet Season 16 contains virtually no lore at all? I've discussed it many times before, Tall Tales are the only thing that can do the heavy lifting of the story Sea of Thieves is trying to tell, and the story has been on hold for far too long. My goodness, Flameheart was released by Pendragon in 2019, and I remember freaking out back then. He's only been back in body for a year granted, but there's been so many things happening around him, and yet the story never seems to move forward. The most recent chapter of the Flameheart debacle is about him trying to find ancient secrets in temples you raid, whilst crewing the Burning Blade, with it being followed up in Season 16 with the new Reaper Voyages, and nothing more ancient secret. I'm sorry, there's nothing here. No meat on the bones whatsoever, no matter how you package and wrap it up. If the Flameheart storyline is to progress at all, and don't forget the Dark Brethren as well, they've been kind of put on the back burner now for a while, some radical heavy lifting needs to be done now. And just to really sell you on this, before the drop of Big Tall Tales, historically there have been telltale signs in-game, especially in the UI as they prepare for the drop. Take a look at this screenshot from the Pirate Emporium from this season. Does something look off to you here? I'll give you 10 seconds. I believe this has been like this since the start of Season 15, someone please correct me if I'm wrong here though, but we've got a shortcut to all the Monkey Island cosmetics, a shortcut to all the Pirate's Life cosmetics, and then the Sting-Tide Eye of Reach? The Sting-Tide Eye of Reach? On the front page of the Emporium? This cosmetic is admittedly the free one for the month, but it looks so out of place. if they weren't planning on adding a new crossover shortcut, then why wouldn't they just make the navigation panel 2 boxes instead of 3 boxes? Wouldn't something like Sea of Thieves, The Tales of Neverland or something look much more in place? I just think there's too much evidence to support the announcement of more Tall Tales, and besides, what else could they possibly announce? Another voyage? We've completed the cycle of system refreshes, feature additions and experience updates. Now we're back to story, and I do find it quite interesting that at the EGX panel last year, the developers said they wanted to add a sea serpent in Season 15, the Hunter's Call update, but didn't have the resources to do so because if they add a new sea monster, they want to do it right. Could it be that the reason why they didn't have resources is because they were working on Tall Tales at the time? That would line up with development timelines, as Tales take about a year to develop. Phew, wasn't that fun? Okay, so, Tall Tales are coming, but in what form? Because the elephant in the room I haven't addressed is that the last 2 Tale sets have both been crossovers with different IPs, and the last time we got a purely Sea of Thieves lore Tall Tale was back in 2020, March 2020, that's 5 years ago. So the question is, what will these new tales be about? Part of me does think that another crossover will occur, be it in the form of Peter Pan / Neverland or A Pirate's Life 2. Let's be realistic, a sequel for Monkey Island is not coming before a sequel to A Pirate's Life. But another part of me thinks they'll opt to expand on Ashen Age or start a completely new set of original Sea of Thieves Tall Tales surrounding Flameheart and the Ancients, ending with us finally travelling to the Sea of Tribute, which has been teased for an eternity at this point. Then again, they do need something to excite people who may not be a regular Sea of Thieves player that will see the announcement at the showcase. So perhaps the long-running theory that the captain is Captain Hook and that Jack's treasure is Tinkerbell will turn out to be true? That would also give an excuse to see the Dark Brethren return, which would be very beneficial for moving the story forward. And can you imagine a crossover of multiple IPs? I'm just spitballing here and I don't want to put my chips on any one theory, but there is a lot of evidence to support the world of Peter Pan being more integrated than you might think with Sea of Thieves. I do genuinely believe that Tall Tales are going to be announced this Sunday at the Xbox Game Showcase 2025. I'm not entirely sure in what form, whether it will be a sequel to A Pirate's Life, a completely new crossover potentially with the Neverland universe, or a new set of original Sea of Thieves Tall Tales, but I am very excited to see what Rare's been cooking up. I really do think the community is about to be caught by surprise once again. Let me know what you think of all this down in the comments below though. What do you think? Do you think Tall Tales are going to be announced, or something else? And if so, what form would you like them to be in? Anyways, I want to thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, then please do consider leaving a like. It really does help out the channel an absolute ton, and subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest Sea of Thieves news as and when it comes out. And while you're at it, why not hit the bell as well so you never miss a single upload. It's not long to go now until the showcase, the countdown is on. And remember, not all treasure is silver and gold. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on Sunday.
I still have faith that one day the community will feel how the time period of A Pirate's Life felt, but only time will tell when that will be. As always, I hope for the absolute best for Sea of Thieves, and I encourage you to be excited about what could be revealed and speculate yourself.